Stalingrad Madonna. There's this picture called Stalingrad Madonna. It was painted by Dr. Kurt Ruber, who was a medical orderly in the German army. The German army were surrounded in the ruins of Stalingrad. It was like minus 40 degrees. They had no winter uniforms. They were starving and they were under constant attack. And the invincible German army that had rampaged across Europe was finally having the shit kicked out of it in Stalingrad. And this medical orderly, he found this captured Russian map, and he drew this Madonna and child and stuck it on the wall of his dugout. And soldiers would sort of come from sort of all other parts of Stalingrad to sort of basically worship at it. And and these grown, starving killers would burst into tears when confronted by it. And it's just it's a fantastic story, but it just shows the power of art. That something that was painted by someone who wasn't necessarily an artist. I got into teaching art in a special needs school via the back door. I worked for the home tuition service in Coventry, and one of the pupils had been excluded from a special school, and I went back into the school with him as basically a support staff, and they found out that I had an art degree, and the woman who was teaching art was really the PE teacher, and it was like, come here young man, which was great really, because it was a special needs school with very sort of vulnerable children, so I had to consider what art could be for these children, and that was very interesting, because the important thing for those children at that time wasn't necessarily to get exam results and whatever, but to perhaps increase their self-esteem. So if you can do something in like 1.5 hours and they can come out of it with a finished piece of artwork, whether it's a painting or a bit of sculpture or something, that they can go, wow, I did that, then that worked. So it made me think about art in a totally different way.